What would you do if both engines on your plane failed just minutes after takeoff, high above one of the world's biggest cities? That's not a hypothetical question. It's exactly what happened to Captain Chesley Sullenberger, who faced an impossible crisis and turned it into the miracle on the Hudson, saving all 155 lives in less than 4 minutes. It was January 15, 2009. U.S. Airways Flight 1549 took off from New York's LaGuardia Airport, headed for Charlotte. Captain Sullenberger, a veteran pilot with over 20,000 flight hours, was in command, with First Officer Jeffrey Skiles at the controls. At 3:27 p.m., they climbed into a clear winter sky. But just 90 seconds later, disaster struck. At an altitude of 2,800 feet, the Airbus A320 flew directly into a massive flock of Canada geese. Both engines ingested birds and failed almost instantly, a catastrophic double-engine failure, one of the rarest and most feared emergencies in aviation. The powerful roar of the engines vanished, replaced by an eerie silence, broken only by the whoosh of wind over the wings. Sully immediately took control from Skiles, pushing the plane's nose down to maintain gliding speed, buying them precious seconds to figure out what to do next. His voice was calm and steady as he radioed air traffic control. "Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is Cactus 1549, hit birds. We've lost thrust on both engines. We're turning back towards LaGuardia." Air traffic controllers scrambled, clearing a runway for them. They also suggested Teterboro Airport in nearby New Jersey, but Sully knew they didn't have the altitude. The plane was losing height fast, gliding at about 2 miles per minute. Turning back to LaGuardia was impossible. They'd end up crashing into the dense urban sprawl of the Bronx. Teterboro was also too far. They passed just 900 feet above the George Washington Bridge. Below them, a jungle of skyscrapers and highways, with nowhere to land. Then Sully saw their only option, the Hudson River, a long, flat ribbon of icy water snaking through Manhattan. "We can't do it. We're going to be in the Hudson," he declared. He was committing to a water ditching, a maneuver so risky it's rarely even practiced in flight simulators. In the cabin, the flight attendants sprang into action. Passengers heard Sully's voice over the intercom. "Brace for impact." People ducked down, gripping their armrests, many whispering prayers. The plane descended toward the frigid water, wings level, nose slightly up, a textbook ditching approach. At 3:31 p.m., just 208 seconds after the bird strike, the Airbus slapped down onto the water with a thunderous impact. Miraculously, the fuselage held together. The plane didn't break apart. It slowed to a stop, floating on the surface like a wounded bird. But the danger wasn't over. Freezing water began pouring into the cabin through a hole in the fuselage and open cargo doors. Evacuation began immediately. The flight attendants inflated the slides, which now served as life rafts, urging passengers out onto the wings and into the rafts. After getting everyone started, Captain Sullenberger walked the length of the sinking cabin twice to make sure not a single person was left behind. Meanwhile, an incredible rescue effort was unfolding on the river. New York ferry boats, which normally carry commuters, saw the plane go down and immediately changed course. Captained by heroes like Vincent Smith of the Thomas Jefferson, a whole flotilla of boats converged on the scene. Within 15 minutes, every single one of the 155 passengers and crew were safely aboard a rescue vessel, wrapped in blankets and sipping hot drinks. The official investigation later confirmed what Sully knew in that split second. Any attempt to reach an airport would have ended in catastrophic failure. It was his skill, combined with the crew's training and the quick response from the ferry crews, that created the miracle. There were no fatalities, only minor injuries. Today, Captain Sullenberger is a global icon for grace under pressure. The incident led to real changes in aviation, from better bird detection systems to improved engine designs. The plane itself, the Hudson River Airbus, is now on display at the Carolinas Aviation Museum, a powerful symbol of how expertise and teamwork can defy impossible odds. The miracle on the Hudson wasn't just luck. It was a masterclass in heroism. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe for more.